kuendeswa kujere. But wonaka Joseph ari kuendeswa kujere nemhosva yasina kudi yasina kupara. He knows I didn't do this. He knows I'm not guilty. But the whole town is speaking against him. Joseph. Amfano yakazodai akadai. Now dzacho ndokubva dzatenderera kana manuspepa ndokubva anyorwa. Amfano akazoda kubata medium chibharo. Ndizvo. Sedzinongotorwa pamusoro pelife yako. Dzakarongwa naSatani. Sausina kuita, zvauri kunzi wakaita. Chausina kubata, chauri kunzi wakabata. Kwausina kuenda, kwauri kunzi wakadi? Wakaenda. And they planned that, yet Joseph knew that I didn't do this. Ndokubva arambira mukadzi waPotifa kuti aite upombwe naye. Which means akarambira Mwari achiti I cannot do this against what? God. And the same God wakarespecta didn't stop him from going to jail. Imagine after obedience at that level. After obedience at that level. Finance maona kuti paita extra cash ana pesi maona kuti ai mari yasarira kunze. Moidzosera mu system. Yamaigona kunge matora mukadya. Still toya tongokuziva kuti pane mari isina kufamba zvakanaka. Uchiziva kuti handina kuidya. Ndichiregera kuidya kusvika Mwari. But still wotorwa waendwa newe unonzi kwedebo. Jere, kuramba uchimunamata Mwari. It shows that Joseph had a dream. Joseph had a vision. And he was saying, no matter what you do to me, I will not run away from the vision. I will not allow anything to take me away from what I dreamed. He kept on saying, I have got a vision. I've got a dream. Munondiregereko ndichigara mujere honai ndakatiza chivi chamakati nditize asi honai ndiri kusungirwa the same thing chandisina kuita kuti ndakachita madii kundimiririra. He didn't say. Aigona ngakaimba ko yangu nyaya maitadza here Mwari agochema agoita ma-honored prayer, but he remained steadfast. He remained resolute. Haana kutaura. Hapana chakawanikwa mu-comment section. Karamba akanyarara. Trusting God in difficult times. Vana pari kugadzirwa ma-generals. Ukaibata zvako zvakanaka, ukaifamba nayo. Chobuda chete chiri mauri. Chinobuda chete chakaiswa naMwari mauri. Destiny yako is going to be unveiled. Where is Joseph in prison? Why is he being in prison? Because Arkunzi rape. Did he do the rape? No, he didn't. Why did he not do the rape? It's because he didn't want to sin against God. And what is this being done against him? It's an evil intention of the enemy. And the Bible says, chapter 50, verse number 20, God meant it for what? For good. God meant it for good. When you are denied that access, and they think they have fixed you, God meant it for good. When they rejected you and said, you are not wife material, and they chased you out of their house, and the Bible says, God meant it for what? When they rejected you and left you with those children, those kids, to take care of on your own, and they think they fixed you, they think they're done with you, and the Bible still says God meant it for good. Chapter 8, verse 18, Deuteronomy. Chapter 8, verse 18. Deuteronomy. Then we'll move to the last verse, then we conclude the service today. Chapter 8, verse 18.
Verse 18.
Andy.
But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God.
Thou shalt remember the Lord. Whose God?
Thy God.
So there is the Lord thy God, which means there is a possibility of there being another existence of the Lord who is not thy God. So it means there are many lords. But the one that you are supposed to remember is the Lord thy God. There are so many lords out there. As for you, remember the Lord thy God. Why do we have to remember the Lord thy God?
For it is he
What does he do?
that giveth thee power to get wealth.
Does he give you wealth? What does he give you? Please, please, please. Are we together here? What does the Lord give? Power. To get what? Which means when the Lord wants to bless you, he doesn't give you cars. He doesn't give you cattle. He doesn't give you houses. He doesn't give you anything. He gives you the power. So it means whoever is wealthy by the Lord, he was not given the wealth by the Lord, but it is how he used the power that God gave him to make what? Wealth. Ndopa muri kusiyana iwe muri kuchema uchiti mwari ndipewo mari mwari ndodawo mota. But the Bible says God gives you power to make wealth. So what you need today is not wealthy, but it is the power to make what? Wealthy. When you have the power, then you can use it. You will not be wealthy without the power. All you need today in this service is so that you grab the power that comes from God, and then you use it to make wealthy. So we all have power at one point, but some of us are not using that power to make wealthy. We are using it for other things. The Lord thy God, he is the one who gives you power to make what? Wealthy. So Joseph in Potiphar's house as a slave, he knows that it is not Potiphar who is going to make me wealthy. It is not the Egyptian economy that will make me wealthy, but it is the Lord my God. I want somebody here who says, I know the apostle of this house is anointed, but it is not him, the apostle, who will give me power to get healthy. It's not the apostle who is going to give me cars, but it is the Lord who gives me power to do what I need to do. So you need the power today. When you have the power, you go out there and you execute judgment upon things. You make declarations upon issues and things begin to happen. What are you doing there? You are using the power. You are using the power. So remember the Lord thy God. And how do you remember him? What is the Bible saying? Remember him. Do you just sit down in your bedroom and say, Lord, I'm remembering you? What is it that we do when we say we are remembering God? But altar. You go and throw a substance. God, I'm remembering you. You are the one who gives me power to get wealth. I need power today. My brother, my sister, you need power in this service to go there and conquer. You need power there to go and give lives to every project that you are going to be doing this year and next year. You need power. Wealthy doesn't come from God. What God gives us is power to make wealthy, which means you make wealthy according to your design as you use the power that God gives you. Hello? So, he is there and he is saying, I am prosperous. I want you to look as we finish. I hope I'm helping somebody here. Look at chapter 41, verse 39. I hope I'm getting it right there. You don't talk scripture from scripture, but I think chapter 41, verse 39. Chapter 41, verse 39. What does it say?
Genesis 41.
Yes.
Verse 39.
Uh-huh.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph,
What did he say?
For as much as God hath showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art.
So Pharaoh is with Joseph. And he Joseph has just interpreted the dream yapharaoh. But ndati mudzoke kumashure ipapapa muverenga kuti Joseph akamboti chii asati adodzera hope. Vanamai nababa, Mwari akaunza zvipo panyika, akapa simba kuvanhu vake. Randotenda kuti hapana munhu asina kupiwa simba naMwari. Izvo. But the problem there kuti we limit ourselves and we forget that there's power inside us. Joseph was given power to interpret dreams. Now to warn the art how God rewards his people through men. What did Joseph say?
Verse 16. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me.
What did he say? What did he say? It is not in what?
It is not in me.
A true man of God, a true type of Jesus, who knows that what I do is what I see my Father doing. I don't do things according to my design. I do things according to the design of God. When I come to you and I lay hands on you, it's not according to how I feel. It's about how God feels. It's not supposed to be how much I like you or how good you are dressed. It's supposed to be according to the design of the heavens. So he's saying, it is not in me. What?
God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. Verse 17. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, In my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river.
Okay, verengai the response here, Joseph. We want the part Joseph acknowledge kuti Mwari ndiye anododzera hope. Ipapa, just go down. He is denying kuti yatinogara tichikuudzai kuti mama mukauya panapa mukanamatirwa mwana arwara mukanoona mari kumba tendai Mwari, but kwete kusara makabatira pamunhu. Hello, because mukabatira pamunhu kusvika pakuti munotenda kuti pasina apostle mwana wangu uyu agone kurarama, zvakanaka kugamuchira munhu waMwari, but musazosara muine munhu waMwari musina Mwari wemunhu. Ano hamuchairi vhangeri riri, but ndo vhangeri ramunofanira kugamuchira. Gamuchira munhu waMwari, but usazosara uine munhu waMwari usisina Mwari wemunhu. Because anofanira kukosha kupfuura umwe apa ndiani? Mwari wemunhu, kwete munhu waMwari. Joseph is trying to say, I know what the Lord is going to be using me to do pakati penyu, but ndoda kuti muzive kuti anodudzira hope Mwari. I'm not the healer, but there is Jesus, there is God, the healer. Iri vhangeri ukaribata iri kana manipulation kana abuse yatinonzwa, you will not fall victim to that. When you give with understanding. What you do, you will do with what? With understanding. What did Joseph say?
Verse 25. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, The dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do.
I want a part here, Joseph. It's not me who interpret dreams. Is it not the Lord who interpret dreams? And that even verse 39 at it should be somewhere there. Zokai ku 36, 37. Joseph ariko acknowledge the doing of the Lord through his hands. The Bible says, by the hands of Paul, God wrought what? Special miracles. Who was writing? God. Through what? The hands of Paul. Which means the hands of Paul without God cannot perform miracles. Period. Without God, your apostle cannot do anything. It is God working through the hands of Paul. So, verse 39, put verse 39 there on the screen. He said unto them, For as much as God hath showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Joseph auza mambo kuti andizini ndinodudzira